PFL World Tournament 5 semifinals. These are the full card predictions and the betting breakdown. I'm looking forward to my brother breaking down the entire card. So make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on and make sure you share the video too. If you don't know, my brother Alex is covering all of the PFL events on the channel. So make sure you guys keep on locking in with him. I'm looking forward to his breakdown. So without further ado, here he is.
What is going on, everybody? We are finally back with the PFL predictions. In this one, we got the semifinals, in the main event being Jason Jackson versus Thad Jean. And I think this card is going to be a banger. I think there's going to be a lot of good fights, and I'm excited to get into it. So let's jump into the first fight of the night. So first fight of the night, we got Magomed Umalatov versus Anthony Ivy, and in this one, I'm going Umalatov all day. I think he's just going to be able to control the pace of this fight and absolutely dominate Anthony Ivy. Anthony Ivy, he's got decent wrestling, he's got decent submissions, but I don't think he's going to be able to do any of that against Umalatov. Umalatov, he's got good striking, he's very good on the feet, and his wrestling is also very well, and I don't see him being able to get taken down by Anthony Ivy in this fight. I think, if anything, he could even be controlling Anthony Ivy up against the cage, but Umalatov should be able to get it done here. I could even see a finish happening for Umalatov in this fight, so I'm going Magomed Umalatov to get it done by, I would say, a TKO. I could see him knocking out Anthony Ivy on the feet. The odds on this fight, Magomed is sitting at a minus 1,400 favorite, and Ivy is the plus 800. So, huge favorite in that fight. Easy pick. Magomed Umalatov all day. Anthony Ivy is not going to be able to do much to him. Next fight of the night, we got Adjoudj versus Yves Landu. And in this fight, I'm going Adjoudj. I think he's going to be able to get the better of Yves Landu. Yves Landu, he has been looking good in his last few fights. He's on I believe, a 6-fight win streak, or is it a 5-fight? He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's coming off the win against Bill Harino, where he looked pretty solid. He was able to get the split decision win, but he's not that impressive. He's 38 years old. He's got decent grappling. He's not really a striker. He looks kind of awkward on the feet, in my opinion. He leaves his chin exposed, and he'd be leaving his chin up in the air. And I think Adjoudj is going to be able to capitalize on that. And I could see Adjoudj being able to hit him on the feet, crack him up, and I could even see him stopping the takedowns of Landu. And I think that's Landu's only shot of winning this fight, is if he can control Adjoudj on the ground. And I don't see him being able to do that. Adjoudj is fighting out of SBG Ireland, so he's got a good team around him, and I think he's all around just a better fighter. I like his striking. He's got fast hands. He throws a good kicks on the feet, and I just like him to win this fight. I'll lean towards a decision because Landu is a tough guy, but I don't know. Adjoudj, we could see him get the finish potentially, but I'm gonna go and lean decision for Adjoudj to get it done here. The odds on this, we got, the odds aren't here, and I was worried about that because I was looking at the PFL, and they had taken this fight off of their website, so potentially this fight could be canceled. So we haven't heard the full news yet, but Tapology hasn't released it yet. But I'm still going to give my prediction. I'm going Adjoudj to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Jason Danner versus Nathan Gilmore. And in this fight, we got Jason Danner, who's fighting out of Tennessee, so he's got the hometown advantage because this card's taking place in Nashville. But I'm going with the 4-5 Nathan Gilmore to get it done. I'm going with the upset. Jason Danner, I don't know. He hasn't been super active. He had a decent amateur record. I'm pretty sure he was 4-1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 5-1. So he was 5-1 as an amateur, 2-0 as a pro, and his last fight was against Sean Johnson, who was 2-19. Before that, versus a guy making his debut. Nathan Gilmore, I don't know. I think he's just more. He's got more dog in him. That's what I'm going with. I like his wrestling, and I think he's going to be able to grapple fuck Jason Danner in this one. Jason Danner, he's not super active, I would say. He's I don't know. Jason Donner, I guess he fought 7 months ago. He looks to come out fast. He's going to come out very explosive, but I don't know. I think Nathan Gilmore is going to somehow get the big upset in this fight, and I think he's going to be able to control Donner on the ground, and I see him getting the takedowns and beating up Jason Donner. The odds, we got Jason Donner sitting at the minus 300 favorite, and Nathan Gilmore is the plus 240. But I don't know. Nathan Gilmore, something's telling me pick this dude. I feel like the Dreadhead Hitman, sometimes you can't go against these Dreadheads. So I'm going with Nathan Gilmore, the 4-5 underdog to get it done against Jason Donner. I'm not sold on this Jason Donner kid. Obviously, PFL is going to try to build him up because somehow they see something. But realistically, both of these guys shouldn't even be fighting on the PFL card. We got a 2-0 versus 4-5. Like, what is PFL doing with this fight? But besides the point, Nathan Gilmore is going to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Alex Pergande versus Mike Bardsley. And Alex Pergande, up-and-coming prospect. PFL is definitely going to be trying to build this kid up because they like him. He's 5-0 versus the 5-1 Mike Bardsley. And this is like kind of a squash match, you would say. Alex Pergande is going to have the huge reach advantage, standing at 6 feet tall with a 74-inch reach versus a 5'7", 66-inch reach. So, obviously, they're feeding this Pergande kid to get the stylistic advantage over Bardsley in this. I think Pergande's going to be peppering him up on the feet, using his straight shots and cracking him. Pergande also has good grappling. He's pretty much a well-rounded, all-around mixed martial artist, and I like his striking. I like the way he mixes in his strikes with his takedowns, and I see him beating up Mike Bardsley, who I would say is maybe more of a grappler style. He's got all right striking on the feet. He likes keeping the front foot and keeping the pressure on his opponents, but I really don't see him being able to do much against Pergande in this fight, being that he's 5'7", and he's going to be way smaller than Pergande. I can see him his nose is going to be busted up, and I'm going to go a finish for Alexei Pergande in this fight. Pergande is going to be too much for Bardsley in this fight. The odds, we got Pergande sitting at minus 700, and Mike Bardsley sitting at the plus 501. Pergande, he should be able to use that distance, use that range, and use his grappling to be able to get this fight done. We could see him knock out Bardsley. We can see him get a submission win. I think either way, he wins for sure. Next fight of the night, we got Makhmed Berkhamov versus Kendley St. Louis. And Berkhamov is coming off that vicious knockout loss against Adjoudj, where at the beginning of that fight, he wasn't looking too bad. I had picked Berkhamov to get the win, but obviously I was wrong. But at the beginning, he was able to keep his range, keep his distance. He was touching Adjoudj on the feet a little bit until he got his lights put out with that big fucking, I think it was a left hook, maybe a right hook. I don't remember exactly which one, but he got absolutely flatlined. And then Kendley St. Louis, he hasn't really fought the same level of competition as Magomed Berkhamov in recent fights. Kendley St. Louis is a grappler. He's got decent takedowns, and he likes kind of just dominating his opponents on the ground. So I really hope we don't see Berkhamov get grapple fucked in this one, but I don't think he will. I do think he's going to be able to get it done. I think he's going to be able to keep that distance, use his Soviet-style boxing, and keep Kendley St. Louis on the outside. Berkhamov, he's got solid takedown defense, and I don't really see him being able to get absolutely controlled on the ground. So I'm going to go Berkhamov to get the win. I'm going to lean towards a decision. But Kendley St. Louis, decently solid wrestler, but I think Berkhamov is still a much better fighter. He's fought better competition, and I see him getting it done against Kendley St. Louis in this fight. The odds, we got Berkhamov sitting at a minus 260, and Kendley St. Louis is sitting at the plus 200 underdog. The only way Kendley St. Louis wins is really if he can somehow really string his grappling together, get the fight to the ground, and just fucking grind out a decision. But I think Berkhamov should be able to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Joseph Luciano versus Sarek Shields. Both of these guys, very mid-strikers. Neither of them are impressive on the feet. And then Both of these guys like getting this fight to the ground, using their grappling. In this fight, I'm going to lean towards Joseph Luciano to get it done. I think he's just the better fighter. He's fought decently better competition. Sarek Shields, 6-2, hasn't really fought anybody. He's got a loss to Alfonso Leyva, where he got knocked out. Joseph Luciano, I would say, is probably better at striking than Sarek Shields, but Sarek Shields is a very aggressive wrestler. He likes to come forward and get the fights to the ground as fast as he can. Sarek Shields, I don't think he's going to be able to find his flow in this fight. I don't see him being able to dominate Joseph Luciano on the ground, which Joseph Luciano has solid ground game. He's coming off that loss against Logan Storley, but Logan Storley is no Sarek Shields. Logan Storley is a very high-level grappler, and he's been dominating the PFL for a while. And I don't see Sarek Shields being able to do that to Joseph Luciano. I think Luciano is going to be able to get the better of Sarek Shields. I do see this fight probably going to a decision, and I could see it being very boring. But I'm leaning Joseph Luciano to get it done. I'm going to say decision. The odds on this, we got Luciano is sitting at the minus 290, and Sarek Shields is the plus 230 in this fight. But Joseph Luciano, I think he should be able to string his striking decently well against Sarek Shields, and his grappling could be looking decently well as well. But I don't know. This fight is probably going to be a hug fest. A lot of clinch work in this fight, but I'm going to go Joseph Luciano to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Jeremy Kennedy versus Á.Borics. We got the rematch in this one. Á.Borics was able to beat Jeremy Kennedy last time by a unanimous decision. Jeremy Kennedy, he's coming off the loss against Movlid Khaybhulaev, where he didn't look bad. He looked pretty solid in that fight. I don't know. Khaybhulaev was a huge favorite in that fight, and he was supposed to absolutely dominate Jeremy Kennedy. Jeremy Kennedy was able to string his combos together. He was able to touch him up on the feet a bit. He was able to rock Movlid in that fight. But I don't think he's going to be able to get through Á.Borics in this fight. I'm going Á.Borics to get it done. I like Á.Borics striking. I like his explosiveness. And both of these guys, I would say, are very solid fighters. Both of them are strikers. And, or mainly, Á.Borics is more of the striker. Jeremy Kennedy's got solid grappling. He mixes in his grappling with his strikes pretty well. But both of them very solid on the feet. Jeremy Kennedy's got decent grappling, and I would say he looks for his takedowns more than Á.Borics ever would. But I think Á.Borics is going to be able to stop the takedowns of Jeremy Kennedy. And I like his explosiveness, and I don't think Jeremy Kennedy is going to be able to make it a 1-1 type of match in this one. I don't think he makes this a 1-1. I think he gets beat a second time, and I'm going Á.Borics to get it done. I think Á.Borics is going to be able to touch him up bad on the feet. Jeremy Kennedy, yes, he's got decent straight shots, and he keeps his range pretty well, but he does keep his chin pretty high up in the air, and I think Á.Borics will be able to capitalize on that and be able to touch him with some big overhand shots on the feet. Á.Borics, I think, is just quicker, faster, more explosive, and I think he's going to be able to win this fight against Jeremy Kennedy. The odds on this fight, we got Jeremy Kennedy sitting at the plus 155. Á.Borics is the minus 185, so not terrible odds on this fight. People are thinking it's going to be a little closer, but I don't know. Á.Borics should be able to get it done in this fight and get the win. Next fight of the night, we got Movlid Khaybhulaev versus T.Kim. T.Kim, the South Korean savage. Solid striker. He's got decent takedown defense. He's coming off a nice knockout win against, what was his name? Fucking Nathan Kelly. But Nathan Kelly, up-and-coming kid who never fought anybody that well. Yes, or submission when he had dropped him, and then he was able to get his back and tap out Nathan Kelly. T.Kim, solid striker. He's a southpaw. He's got a good overhand left. Movlid Khaybhulaev really should not be losing this fight. He should not be losing this fight. Khaybhulaev, he also has decent striking. He can mix it up on the feet. Yes, in his last fight, he was getting touched up bad by Jeremy Kennedy, which I don't like seeing that. But Movlid Khaybulaev should be able to grapple fuck Taekyon Kim in this fight. He should be able to get it to the ground fast and potentially finish Taekyon Kim. But who knows? After that last fight, you can't really say for sure if he's going to be able to finish this guy. But I think he should be able to. At least he'll be able to get a decision win over Taekyon Kim. But Movlid Khaybulaev should be able to get it done in this fight. The odds are sitting at Movlid is the minus 215. Taekyon Kim is the plus 175. So the Tapology odds are different. Movlid. So yeah. Khaybulaev sitting at the minus 215. Taekyon Kim is the plus 175. But Taekyon Kim, he's got decent judo. He's got decent takedown defense. So I don't know. Maybe some people are thinking he might be able to stop the takedowns of Movlid, but I don't think so. I think Movlid, I know he had a rocky performance in his last fight against Jeremy Kennedy, but I think in this fight we're going to see his skills come out, and I think he's going to be able to dominate Taekyon Kim, and I'm going him to win a decision. Next fight of the night, we got Logan Storley versus Masayuki Kikuiri, and in this fight, I'm going Logan Storley. He's coming out there, going to get this fight to the ground and just control Masayuki in this fight. Masayuki's got all right striking. He's coming off that win against Giannis Bashar, who Giannis Bashar is a bum. All right? I don't like Giannis Bashar's style. He's mid. Masayuki, on the feet, he's all right. He's not terrible on the feet. But I don't know. He's a little sluggish. He's a little bit slow. And Logan Storley, I think, is more explosive. I would say Masayuki might have the slight stand-up striking advantage, but he's not going to be able to use it against Logan Storley. Storley's going to get this fight to the ground in a matter of a minute. He's going to dominate Masayuki in this fight, and I see him getting it done. I could see him tapping out Masayuki in this fight. Logan Storley coming off that win against Joseph Luciano where he just dominated him for 3 rounds. Logan Storley should be able to get this fight done. I'm going to say he taps out Masayuki in this fight. The odds, we got Masayuki sitting at the plus 525, and Logan Storley is the minus 725. So, very big favorite. And he should be able to get it done against Masayuki. Next fight of the night, we got the trilogy against Jesus Pinedo versus Gabriel Braga. And in this fight, I'll tell you guys, I'm going Pinedo to get the win. That first fight they had, very close fight. It was a split decision. Braga, he did squeeze it out. He was using his leg kicks very well, and Jesus Pinedo's legs were very torn up in that fight. So Gabriel Braga was able to edge out that split decision win. But also, in that first fight, Jesus Pinedo wasn't originally supposed to be fighting Gabriel Braga. Gabriel Braga was the replacement. Who was it? He was supposed to be fighting Sung Bin Joe Sung Bin. I think that's how they say his name. But he was supposed to be fighting him, and then Gabriel Braga was the alternate. And then I think Jesus Pinedo got thrown off a little bit, so he wasn't fully locked into that fight. He was a little thrown off by this the style switch up last minute. But Jesus Pinedo in the second fight was able to control the fight. He was able to touch up Gabriel Braga on the feet. He was just kind of outclassing Gabriel Braga, and then he ended up finishing him in the third round by standing TKO. I will say that stoppage was a little bit early, but he was getting the better of Gabriel Braga for the first 2 rounds, and he was touching him up bad on the feet. He had the speed advantage. He was just too fast for Gabriel Braga. The thing is, I think Jesus Pinedo, he has improved his game over the years. Gabriel Braga, I don't know, he's kind of stayed the same. He hasn't gotten too much better in his last fights, and I think we've seen Jesus Pinedo keep getting his skills better, keep getting better. He's been moving better, getting his striking even better, and I think Jesus Pinedo gets it done against Gabriel Braga, and I think he wins this third fight. You know, Gabriel Braga's a tough dude. You know, I don't know if he'll get finished for sure. I could see this fight going to a decision. But I don't know. I think Jesus Pinedo is going to be able to outclass him on the feet, touch him up bad. And I even like Jesus Pinedo's grappling. I think it's better than Gabriel Braga's. But Gabriel Braga, He's going to be trying to mix in those leg kicks, try to chop the tree down. But I don't know. He's kind of a plotter, very flat-footed, whereas Jesus Pinedo, very quick on his feet, light on his feet, likes moving around, throwing his shots, his awkward punches almost. He brings them up, throws his good 1-2s. And I feel like Jesus Pinedo is going to be able to get it done and just beat up Gabriel Braga. The odds, we got Jesus Pinedo is sitting at the -215, and Gabriel Alves Braga is sitting at the +175. Jesus Pinedo, he really should be able to get it done in this fight. I like him to win. I think he's going to kind of put a show on Gabriel Braga. I think he's going to be busting him up on the feet. We're going to see Braga's nose busted up by those straight shots, and Jesus Pinedo gets it done. You know, we'll see a finish or a decision win from him. I'm going to lean, I don't even know. The last fight, he TKO'd him. Let's go finish. Let's go Jesus Pinedo by a finish. He's going to chop up Gabriel Braga, bust him up on the feet, and I think we'll see a late finish, kind of similar to how we did in their last fight, but I think this time Gabriel Braga is getting flatlined. Let's go Jesus Pinedo by a TKO KO. Now we're on to the main event. We got Jason Jackson versus Thad Jean. You know, in this fight, Thad Jean, the silverback, scary, all right? He's 26 years old, up-and-coming prospect, very heavy hands. He's got that one-punch knockout power. He's coming off that knockout win against Berkhamov. Before that, he got a decision win against Chris Brown. Jason Jackson is coming off that submission win against Koreshkov, where he looked pretty solid. He was able to dominate Koreshkov, get the fight to the ground, and control him. And in this fight, Thad Jean is going to be a constant threat on the feet. Jason Jackson, he's got decent striking. He's pretty technical with his shots, but he's a grappler. He wants to get this fight to the ground. He's going to want to control Thad Jean on the floor. I think Thad Jean is too much of a threat on the feet, so Jason Jackson is not going to be wanting to keep this fight standing too long. He's going to push this fight to the cage, try to get this fight to the ground as fast as possible, and I think Jason Jackson gets it done in this fight. I think we'll see we could see a decision win for Jason Jackson. I don't know if he finishes Thad Jean, but I'll tell you guys straight up, I would want Thad Jean to absolutely flatline Jason Jackson, because that'll be sick. I like this kid. I like his personality. I like the way he talks on the mic. But I don't know. Jason Jackson is an OG, 19-5, has fought some solid competition. Thad Jean hasn't fought that same type of competition. You know, he's still working his way up the ranks, so this is a big step-up fight. They're giving him that main event opportunity, and if he does fucking flatline Jason Jackson, that's a huge win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jason Jackson's going to be able to get the fight to the ground, use that grappling, and just grind out a decision win against Thad Jean in this fight. Maybe he could sink in a submission, but I would lean towards a decision win for Jason Jackson. I think he's just going to be able to grind out Thad Jean on the feet. I think Jason Jackson also has a solid chin. His last loss was to Ramazan Kurmagomedov, where he lost the decision. But Jason Jackson, he should be able to get it done in this fight. I don't know, do I lean towards a submission win or a decision? You know, I'm gonna lean a decision win. You know, I'm gonna lean decision. The odds, let's check them out. We got Jason Jackson, the -210 favorite, and Thad Jean is the +170 underdog. Thad Jean, he's a scary dude. He's got heavy-ass hands, and he could end someone's night with one punch. But Jason Jackson, I think he's going to be smart in this fight, and I think he's not going to want to take that chance, and he's going to try to clinch up this fight quick, get this fight to the ground, use that grappling, and grind out Thad Jean to get this win. So I'm going Jason Jackson to get this fight done by a decision. So those are my full card predictions for the PFL semifinals. Let me know what you guys think of my picks. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. And who is this guy?
This guy's bringing the thunder.
I'm
PFL
bringing the heat.
Takeover, baby.
I'm bringing the heat. Make sure you check out my channel. I'll be dropping my UFC predictions at Alex Talks Fights, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.